WNEM TV5 News at 6.
The Environmental Protection Agency, the latest target of a class action lawsuit stemming from the Flint water crisis. This represents the first time a federal agency is being directly blamed for its role in the widespread lead contamination. And hundreds of Flint residents file claims in the lawsuit. They say the EPA blatantly ignored public health issues at the start of the crisis. TV5's James Felton is live in Flint with the very latest. James.
That's right, guys. The number of residents joining this class action lawsuit is growing. Our cameras were rolling when Antoinette Baker decided to join the legal action against the EPA.
A struggle.
Antoinette Baker says she and her family are victims of Flint's water crisis. Today, she's taking action, signing up to be part of a class action lawsuit filed against the EPA. The federal agency is being sued to the tune of $220 million by more than 500 Flint residents.
Lied. Told us lies.
The lawsuit alleges that the EPA was told in June 2015 by its own water expert, Miguel Del Toro, that the lead contamination was systematic and injurious to the health and safety of Flint's families and children. The suit claims as early as February 2015, Del Toro informed the EPA that it was questionable whether the State Department of Environmental Quality or the City of Flint were using corrosion control with the delivery of the Flint River water. It also says that Flint resident Jan Burgess reported to the EPA a major environmental violation in October 2014 arising out of the switch to the Flint River. The lawsuit claims that a timely investigation would have caused the EPA to take action, but no investigation took place until April of 2016. Mayor Karen Weaver supports the lawsuit.
Well, one of the things we know is there's responsibility at that level as well. We've talked about needing state funds. We also talked about needing federal funds, and they played a role in this situation as well. It may not have been as great as the state's role, but there was a role that the federal government played.
As for Baker, she's like a lot of people who believe the EPA betrayed her trust, and now her family is dealing with the consequences.
Rashes, headaches, high blood pressure. I am.
And while Baker says she would like to receive some financial compensation for her suffering, what she really wants is for this crisis to end. Reporting live and local in Flint, James Felton, WNEM TV5.
All right, James, thank you. Nearly 1 week since charges came down against 3 local and state officials in the Flint water crisis, we're still waiting for one to be arraigned on those charges. Flint Utilities Chief Michael Glasgow has yet to appear in court on charges of evidence tampering and willful neglect. Now, MDEQ officials Mike Prisby and Stephen Bush have both pleaded not guilty to similar charges. There's no word on when Glasgow will be arraigned. And members of a student anti-bullying club helped pass out bottled water to Flint families today. The club from Bendel Middle School spent the afternoon at Calvary Community Church, lending a hand where it was needed.
Yeah, we just wanted to give back to the community. We wanted to make sure that Flint knows that we're not forgetting about them and that this water crisis is still alive.
And you can always find the latest on the Flint water crisis in the special section of our website, WNEM.com. Well, a chilly Tuesday around mid-Michigan today as we look live over Saginaw and Midland, but we will be climbing back to normal temps when the sun returns tomorrow. Now here's Chief Meteorologist Brian Bachman with a closer look at your forecast. Did you say sun, sun, sun? Yay.
We did, Colette, and in fact, some of us seeing it right now as you take this live look outside at Laker Elementary School in Pigeon. Now this shot looks fantastic, right? A couple of wispy cirrus clouds, nice bright blue sky, the sun is out, nice green grass. It's one part of this picture that I don't think a lot of us might be too happy about. Hello, the current temperature. 39 degrees there. That's even before you factor in the winds, which are ranging anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour at times, making that 39 feel more like the low 30s. But hey, at least we got the one step out of the way. And just here's how things played out today. Quick time lapse. This is what we had across most of mid-Michigan for the vast majority of the day. Just a lot of thick clouds, but very quickly as high pressure began to build in late this evening, clouds got out of here, and here's what we're left with. We traded in those low-hanging stratus clouds for a couple of those we said wispy fair weather cirrus clouds, at least mostly fair weather for us. High pressure is going to continue to nose its way in across mid-Michigan as the night goes on, so skies will continue to clear across the board, but not much of a rebound in temps. Even though we are getting a little bit of sun out at this point, not really going to be enough at this stage of the day to really warm us up, so expect temps to mostly hover in the 40s this evening, cooling quickly into the 30s by about 10 o'clock in most locations. We'll go mostly clear after that, but along with the breezes breezes tonight. It's going to be downright chilly. Lows in the low to mid 30s. Protect those plants tonight. Bring the pets in too. We'll take a look at what's ahead for the weekend coming up.
All right, Brian, thank you. Continuing coverage on the breaking news we first brought you last night at 11. A man is recovering after losing both legs in an accident involving a train during a police chase in Saginaw. Police were responding to an armed robbery when they spotted a vehicle reportedly connected to it. Well, the driver stopped and ran and attempted to crawl underneath a passing train at 16th and Lapeer. When troopers found him, one leg was severed and the other badly damaged. He was taken to the hospital and will lose both legs. State police tell us the man had outstanding traffic warrants but was not involved with the robbery.
Well, Michigan voters are showing strong support for a proposal to make paid sick time a right to all workers in the state. A petition circulating is currently on track to collect the roughly 253,000 signatures needed to get the proposal on the ballot in November. TV5's Gino Vici joins us from the Continuous News Center with more on how this proposal could affect Michigan families. Gino.
Well, Colette, the organization behind this ballot initiative called Time to Care Coalition says nearly half of the 1.6 million workers in Michigan do not have paid sick time. The ballot proposal would require employees with 10 or more employees to provide 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked, with up to 9 sick days that can be accumulated per year. For employers with less than 10 workers, they would have to offer up at least up to 5 paid sick days per year. Now, organizers say not having access to paid sick leave is crucial for the well-being of Michigan families.
Teachers, nurses, social workers, restaurant workers are all constantly talking to people, and their ability to take time off when they're sick is extremely important for the health of the general public.
Bottom line, the Time to Care Coalition says no one should have to choose between a job and taking care of their loved one. After all, they say most families work to do just that, provide for their loved ones. Live in the Continuous News Center, Gino Vici, WNEM TV5.
Okay, thank you, Gino, for that.
6 years ago, a mid-Michigan city made a promise to support local students pursue an education beyond high school. And today the city is celebrating the program's success. The Saginaw Promise provides scholarship opportunities to any student who lives within the Promise Zone. TV5's Faith Gantner shows us how that promise has changed the lives of mid-Michigan families.
A celebration of education today in Saginaw at the annual luncheon and fundraiser for the Saginaw Promise. It's an organization that provides scholarships to students like Brandon Webster.
It gave me the money and kind of like the sense, hey, I can go to college and I can do this and I can get my degree and I can help other people.
Webster is now in his second year at Delta, studying to become an occupational therapist.
Without that, I would have had to save up, work a lot harder, and just save up a lot more money. And I might not be in my second year. I might only be in my first year, not doing all that much.
Since 2012, the Saginaw Promise has awarded more than $500,000 in scholarships to 356 students. Deborah Sanchez is the director of the organization.
It's an opportunity to really promote and support post-secondary education. We know how important that's going to be for our students. We know what kind of doors can be opened with more advanced education, and that's what we're trying to do. And we know that that's going to be a benefit for our community and actually for the state of Michigan.
Today's keynote speaker was the president of SVSU, who announced new scholarships for students in the Saginaw area.
SVSU is going to create 10 scholarships that are available to students in the Saginaw Promise area. These are renewable scholarships for $3,000 per year for 4 years.
Students like Webster say they're grateful for the community support.
Supporting a scholarship like this gives someone like me the opportunity to go to college and to help you in the distant future.
In Saginaw, Faith Gantner, WNEM TV5.
Good stuff. And for more information on the Saginaw Promise, just head to the hot link section of our website, WNEM.com. Well, the fate of a historic home in mid-Michigan has hung in the balance for years.
Until now. Coming up, what happens next to the old home of Rosemary DeJezero?
And if you have a tough question you would like us to investigate, just give us a call at either of the two numbers right there on your screen. You can also send an email or get a hold of us on Facebook.
You're watching TV5 News at 6, serving Auburn, Reese, Flushing, and your hometown too.
It's coverage you can count on.